Lords, I rise very briefly to offer the strongest possible Green support, and I know many other people who can't be here today, support for this amendment. The noble lady Baroness Thompson has essentially outlined the reasons for this very clearly. I'm just going to add a couple of additional points to that. One being that if we think about the care that a child receives, the parent being able to be at the bedside, we've seen many cases where parents as advocates are crucial to ensuring that the child gets the best possible medical treatment. And there's a profound inequality here if financial circumstances prevent parents from being at the bedside there, advising, telling doctors and other carers information about the child's health, the child themselves. If the parent is not able to be there, then that's a profound inequality. And I think also, of course, this would enable parents to maintain contact with the workplace, something that rather than just having to give up the job, walk away and deal with the mess later, would mean there was a continuing relationship there, which, you know, hopefully it works out for the best and the child comes home and things go back to something like normal. Just one other issue, and I want to join the noble lady Baroness Thompson in paying huge credit to Kerry and Francis and the campaign that they've run for this Hughes law. And as the noble lady said, this is very much a legacy here. And I have to say I'm very surprised, because I know the government this week responded to a final plea to say, will you back this? And I hope the noble Lord the Minister may be about to stand up and offer something different, but the email suggested that's not what we're going to hear today. And I also just want to raise, and I'll understand if the noble Lord wants to raise me later, the briefing from the Hughes Law charity pointed out that the situation with GoFundMe, which is this is people who are left in a situation where they have to appeal to the public to be able to fund their support for their sick child. And of course that means people having to expose their own suffering and pain. This is something that, unless it is strictly designated to pay for medical treatment, then the parents actually then are not eligible for any of the later government assistance that the noble lady set out, as they might eventually be eligible for universal credit or other assistance. If they've got money from the public to support them, then that cuts off the public support, it cuts off the government support. And that's something I think that the government should be looking at. It's not covered in this amendment, but it's something that really is worth looking at in the future, to make sure that if people receive donations to help a family in deep distress, that should not stop them getting other support. But with those couple of comments, I would strongly support the noble lady Baroness Tammy Thompson for Grey Thompson, sorry, it was one of those. It's been a long session. Strongly support this, and I know many other peers will. So I hope we might hear something very positive from the government.